Now at 5, the latest on a shooting in Columbus, leaving one person dead. Our Maddie Heimsch reports on what police are saying at this time. Also, in what might be its last year, the Manona Community Festival is taking place. We'll tell you what's in store this year. And later, President Biden set to host a 4th of July celebration tonight as concerns grow over his political future. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Hello, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Hope you're having a nice holiday. We come on the air tonight on this 4th of July with an alert day. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington leads us off with what you need to know if you plan to take in any of the fireworks tonight. Alex, is it going to affect them? Yes, Susan, unfortunately, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but we have scattered thunderstorms out there already this evening. We're watching another line of thunderstorms out over Iowa and Minnesota that will likely move into southern Wisconsin during the mid-evening hours, with all the storms ending after midnight. There is a little bit of a silver lining in the forecast here. I'll explain as we get into Maine weather. Some parts of southern Wisconsin may be able to just sneak in that firework display, but we have scattered thunderstorms and showers. Heavy downpours over Madison. Was about to step out on the patio and pow, we had a big bolt of lightning and a big crack of thunder. So when thunder roars, please go indoors. A few scattered showers and storms east of Madison, but what we're watching is off towards the west, where we have a line of thunderstorms that will be racing into southern Wisconsin as we go into the evening hours. What could be good news, and I hope this pans out, with the clouds we've had today and the current showers and storms we're having out there, hopefully they'll zap some of that energy away from that line of storms as it approaches southern Wisconsin. Here's Future Track bringing that line of storms, especially for Madison and points north and west up through 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Areas just south and east of Madison, Janesville, Elkhorn, Jefferson, you might luck out if these scattered storms we currently have this evening fizzle before this other line comes in. We'll track this line further. And the next chance of storms, there's plenty more in the forecast coming up. All right, Alex, thank you. One man is dead and another is in custody tonight after a shooting in Columbus early this morning. It happened on Ludington Street on the route of the 4th of July parade, forcing the parade to be rerouted. Our Maddie Heimsch spent the day on the scene.
As parade goers here in Columbus begin to fold up their lawn chairs after the event, law enforcement remains on the route for an ongoing investigation. Officers believed to have heard fireworks around 1:30 a.m. But upon arrival at the scene, first responders found a male victim collapsed due to gunshot wounds.
Unknown what's going on at this point. I have EMS on the way.
The victim was walking with a couple of other people, and when this happened, and then very shortly after, some friends and other associates of the victim showed up. He was rushed to the local hospital here, where he passed away shortly after, is now deceased.
Fewer than 12 hours later, Chief Dennis Weiner and the organizers of the 4th of July Festival proceeded with the parade as planned, momentarily detouring to avoid Ludington Street, blocked off by crime tape. Now, the fireworks have been delayed until Saturday due to potential severe weather. Reporting in Columbus, Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Maddie, thank you. The suspect was arrested here in Madison, where he had fled on foot just before 2 p.m. Staying local, a Fitchburg neighborhood is getting back to normal following a warning from authorities this morning. The Dane County Sheriff's Office sent out a public safety alert warning people in the 4000 block of Irish Lane about an armed man in the area. Late this morning, people were given the all clear that the scene was no longer a threat to the general public. No other information about this has been provided since. In Rock County, the Janesville Fire Department is investigating the cause of a fire that broke out at a business early today. Crews were called to 261 East Memorial Drive, which houses the company Real Estate Nerds, just after 1:30 in the morning. Firefighters arrived to find fire coming from the roof of the building. No one was injured in the fire. However, total losses are estimated at nearly $270,000. Switching gears now, the Manona Community Festival is well underway. For the most part, the rain held off for the last hurrah at Winnequa Park. Day 2 of the annual 4th of July event featured 2 stages of live music, Progressive Lane All-Stars under the big tent, and bluesy harmonica music over at the Tasting Room Cigar Tent. Just last week, organizers of the Manona Community Festival said this year would be the last of the more than 60-year tradition. But they say it did not put a damper on the Independence Day festivities.
Spirits are amazing here, man. Everybody is really excited to be here and to really, like we say, man, if it is the last year, we're going out with a bang.
Organizers cited fewer core volunteers, increased expenses, and new regulations as contributing factors to the event's cancellation. But there are efforts underway to try to save the festival for years to come. There are, of course, many ways to take in the 4th tonight. Communities across the area will light off fireworks, weather permitting, of course, in Maple Bluff, Shorewood Hills, Stoughton, and Lone Rock. Many, many more, too many to say here on the air. But if the weather cooperates and you want to go out and see fireworks, you can find a full list of times on our website, channel3000.com. Speaking of Independence Day festivities, a Madison animal rescue shelter from the storm has been preparing for the fireworks all week. The shelter is trying to help reduce anxiety from the loud noises for the animals. Staff and volunteers made frozen treats to keep the animals busy. They're also playing calming music at the shelter. The shelter says some signs that your pet may be getting anxious are panting, racing around, and if you have a dog, nervous barking.
Also important to recognize that some animals are totally fine with the situation when they're younger, and as they get older, they develop anxiety, so it can change from year to year.
The shelter says it's also important to make sure that your pets have identification tags in case they get spooked and get out of the house. President Biden and the First Lady are set to host a 4th of July celebration at the White House tonight for military and veteran families. This amid growing concern over President Biden's political future following his performance at last week's debate. CBS's Erica Brown reports from Washington.
Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings, a powerful Democratic mega donor, is the latest voice to call on President Biden to withdraw from the race following last week's debate. It's a sentiment echoed by another Democratic donor, Whitney Tilson of New York City.
Our only hope of defeating Donald Trump and avoiding a 4-year national nightmare is for Joe Biden to do the right thing, step aside.
It's not just donors. A second House Democrat, Arizona progressive Raul Grijalva, urged the president to withdraw, saying Wednesday what he needs to do is shoulder the responsibility for keeping that seat. And part of that responsibility is to get out of this race. In a radio interview, Biden acknowledged his poor debate performance.
I had a bad night. And the fact of the matter is that, I screwed up. I made a mistake.
But he is vowing to remain in the race. Last night, he met with more than 20 Democratic governors to shore up their support.
The president has always had our backs. We're going to have his back as well.
President Joe Biden is in it to win it. And all of us said we pledged our support to him because the stakes could not be higher.
Tomorrow, he will try to convince voters of his fitness for office and his ability to win re-election with 2 events, a rally in Wisconsin and a network television interview. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
In a CBS News poll conducted after Thursday's debate, former President Trump held a slight edge nationwide in the battleground states, but the previous poll had Biden slightly ahead in those states. And speaking of battlegrounds, we are still waiting to hear the details of President Joe Biden's visit to Madison tomorrow. Will Keneally, Ellie LaLiberte, and I will have live team coverage from that event. We'll also have coverage on our website, channel3000.com. And across the pond, we're waiting for results in the UK general election. Polls closed just over an hour ago in that country's 650 constituencies. The Associated Press saying exit polls suggest that voters have ousted Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. This would mark the end of a 14-year reign of conservative rule in the country. Still ahead tonight at 5, Madison police continue an investigation. 2 people are in custody following a deadly car crash. Ellie La Liberté brings us the latest developments when we come back.
Every single day, we help families that have been tragically impacted in truck crashes. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. Truck crash? Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Memories matter.
I think the biggest thing I got out of my service in Vietnam was a real sense of patriotism. I'm very proud of what I did. I fought for you, and I'd fight for you again.
This 4th of July, we remember, and we never forget those who sacrificed everything for our freedoms. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service, and we know that your memories matter.
Nearly 250 years ago, America was founded in defiance of a king, under the belief that no one is above the law, not even the president, until now. The same Trump Supreme Court that overturned Roe v. Wade ruled that the president can ignore the law, even to commit a crime, because Donald Trump asked them to. He's already led an insurrection and threatened to be a dictator on day one. Donald Trump can never hold this office again.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
What's up? You need some windows?
Howdy. Oh, you need windows, yes you do.
Hey folks, you call the experts? Increase your curb appeal and save big this summer with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 5 years. And we'll get it done Feldco fast. Free installation ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah. It's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
After a serious truck crash, you need a team who knows how to handle trucking cases and gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. There's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
There's a lot to love about life in the 608. Beautiful lakes, miles of bike trails, great local ice cream.
News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter highlights the people, places, and opportunities that make our communities shine.
The dreamers and doers and donors.
Tell Josh what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
Fundraisers, farmers markets, family events.
In the 608, weekdays only on News 3 Now this morning.
It doesn't get any better than this.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
Hurricane Beryl continues its trek through the Caribbean with Mexico and the southern U.S. in its sights. The now Category 2 storm hammered the Cayman Islands as it moved away from Jamaica and left behind a trail of destruction on other islands, including at least 10 deaths. The drone video you're seeing here shows the extent of the damage in Grenada. Officials in South Texas are also keeping a close eye on the storm, distributing sandbags to residents in areas where Beryl could bring significant rainfall. And Alex is watching the latest on Beryl and the chance for severe weather for us tonight.
Yeah, active across much of North America. Here's Beryl right now. Category 2 storm, as Susan was just mentioning. Sustained winds at 110 miles per hour, gusts to 130. It's over the warm waters of the Caribbean, and then it's going to move over the Yucatan. Whenever a hurricane meets the land, you cut off its source of heat and moisture, and it will weaken, but then it will go back out into the Gulf of Mexico and could strengthen again before a potential landfall in the southern parts of Texas. Now, we have our own weather to deal with tonight. That fireworks forecast, again, I was mentioning first weather. I always like to be the optimist. I am going to try to be the optimist here. We got scattered storms right now. Areas south and east of Madison, Janesville, Beloit, Jefferson, Elkhorn, you might be able to sneak in some of your firework festivities this evening before a better chance of thunderstorms moves in mid-evening. It all ends after midnight tonight. Here are some of those downpours right now, even a couple of lightning flashes on the far western side of the Beltline, probably over towards Junction Road and Highway 14. Got that heavy shower near Fitchburg over towards Stoughton. Then we have more thunderstorms. This is that line that the First One weather team is keeping an eye on. It's getting its act together from Mason City to Fort Dodge up to Rochester. There has been some consideration via the Storm Prediction Center of putting a weather watch out over northeastern Iowa and southern Minnesota. I haven't seen that materialize, and hopefully that will be the case. It is still looking like we will have a stormy night tonight. More storms again on Friday, a dry Saturday, and then more storms again in the forecast. We have alert day conditions we're expecting this evening for gusty winds, hail, and we've had frequent lightning even right here at the studio. I went to go out on the patio and we decided, no, we're going to do first weather inside because we had a big bolt of lightning very close to the station. It's for the evening hours tonight. Madison, you can expect those storm chances to increase right at that prime hour when firework festivities will be kicking off around the Madison area at 9 o'clock up through the wee hours of the morning, expecting showers and thunderstorms, although I anticipate a dwindling or a weakening trend as we get a little bit closer to midnight. Wind and hail will be the primary threats if any one of these storms do get on the severe side. We are under a marginal risk. That's a 1 out of 5 chance. Monroe, Janesville, Watertown up towards the Dells. Better chances for severe weather out towards Viroqua, Crawford County, Richland Center, Boscobel as that line of thunderstorms moves in from the west and east. We can see that here, tracking this, 8:30 p.m., that line moving into the south central part of the area, Dells, Madison, down towards Monroe. It will fizzle as it moves off towards the east, and hopefully it will fizzle sooner. Hopefully these storms that we have out there right now will zap some of that energy away from this line. Some heavy rain possible when that line's going to be its strongest over southwestern Wisconsin, the rest of southern Wisconsin, maybe upwards of 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Let's recap this here. Isolated severe this evening, ending after midnight. More storms on Friday. Join us for the 6 and 10 o'clock newscast. I'll give you a sneak peek at that forecast for thunderstorms on Friday. Next big chance of rain is on Sunday, and then on and off chances throughout the 7 to 10 day forecast. So we're going to stay on the active side. Taking a quick peek at our traffic, we do have one incident to take note of heading eastbound on the Beltline. This is the exit ramp to the Southtown Road. We have a stalled vehicle moving to the south down towards Janesville, seeing our speeds at 65 to 70 miles per hour. That's what we would expect in 65 miles per hour up towards the Dells. And folks, if you're going to be driving around tonight, Susan, from a driving standpoint, you're probably going to need the windshield wipers in some cases.
All right, good to know, Alex. Thank you. Some more local news now. Oh, sorry about that. Hang on just a second. There we go. Okay, no, I got it. I got it. Sorry about that. We're having obviously a little technical problem here. This is a consumer alert. Ford Motor Company has announced a recall affecting more than 30,000 Mustang owners. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Mustangs in the model years 2022 and 23 need to be investigated. Customers are advised to ask their local Ford dealer about scheduling a free software update. Sorry about that. Some more local news now. A Dane County Circuit Court ruling came down Thursday saying that certain elements of Act 10 are unconstitutional. It's the law enacted in 2011 by then Governor Scott Walker, curbing collective bargaining for unions in Wisconsin. The judge's ruling said lawmakers how they determined which job titles were and were not eligible for unionization was, quote, not rational. Today, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway issued a statement on the judge's ruling, saying it is a step in the right direction, saying, quote, I'm hopeful this is the beginning of a new chapter where all workers once again have a seat at the table. Madison police are investigating a fatal crash from this morning on the city's north side. Our Ellie LaLiberte joins us with what she's learned about this so far. Ellie?
Susan, Packers Avenue from Scott Lane to Tennyson Lane was closed this morning because of that deadly crash. Now here's what we know so far. One person is dead following that crash. Police say it happened around 4:30 this morning. 2 people are in custody in connection to the crash. The Dane County Sheriff's Office, UW-Madison Police Department, police from Maple Bluff, Fitchburg, and Sun Prairies are all assisting the MPD in the investigation. Now, police have not released any information as to who died in the crash and to who was taken into custody. This is an ongoing investigation, and we'll be sure to keep you updated both on air and online as we learn more.
Ellie, thank you. Still ahead tonight at 5, a famous hot dog eating champion was missing from the Nathan's famous competition today. We'll have the details and the winners after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Our Constitution has given us more rights, freedoms, and prosperity than any country in history. Every 4th of July, we come together to celebrate those freedoms. But right now, we're a divided nation. We have to stop putting on the blue jersey or red jersey. Instead, put on the red, white, and blue jersey. Come together and get things done. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
Happy 4th of July! You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back, everyone. A live look now of Coney Island and the site of the annual Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Of course, it wouldn't be the 4th of July without some fiercely competitive hot dog eating, and this year did not disappoint. Bradley Blackburn was in Coney Island for the annual Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest.
2, 1, put down your hot dogs! With the dogs down, it was a nail-biter on Coney Island as judges counted the crumbs to determine a winner at Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest.
Patrick Bertoletti!
In the end, Patrick Bertoletti of Chicago was crowned top dog, gobbling down 58 hot dogs and buns, a personal best.
I can't believe I ate that many. That plate of hot dogs is really heavy.
Thousands of fans flocked to the Frank Fest.
It's a little disgusting, but it's a lot of fun.
We're out here watching people eat hot dogs. Like, you can't get better than that.
With competitors from more than a dozen states and 5 continents. The one who chokes down the most dogs gets $10,000 in prize money.
A dominating performance.
Defending women's champion Mickey Sudo of Florida took home her 10th title, setting a world record for the ladies, 51 hot dogs.
Can't wait for next year. I'll be back to beat my personal best, and I'm really excited.
A trade group says Americans eat an average of 70 hot dogs a year. The record here is 76 in 10 minutes. That astonishing record belongs to 16-time champion Joey Chestnut, missing from this year's competition.
This is America!
Fans were upset Chestnut was initially barred from the buffet over a sponsorship deal with a vegan product.
It's a travesty, absolutely un-American, and we will not stand for it.
Event organizers called off the dogs, but Chestnut decided to spend his Independence Day in competition with troops at Fort Bliss. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Coney Island, New York.
And the folks at Nathan's recommend you do not try this at home. Good advice. Stick around. Alex has a final check of your first warn forecast, tracking out the rest of our alert day today when we come back.
Wow, Wayne, that is a beautiful window.
It sure is, Jeff. It really tackles energy efficiency.
Sure has a nice slide.
It's one of the best screenplays I've ever seen.
They're so easy to close. I'd say it's a grand slam.
If you guys keep making those dad jokes, you're gonna be a real pain in my neck.
Oh, that's a good one. Did you hear about this one, Five?
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
We're a family-owned farm. With all the deliveries we make to stores and restaurants, when gas prices go up, we get hit pretty hard. We all know these big oil companies make huge profits off us. And I just think, how many guys like me do they have to screw over to make money? When I heard about President Biden's plan to crack down on big oil companies, I thought, okay, thank God. Because it's about damn time big oil companies started paying their fair share.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Performances begin July 9th at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
Don't miss the 45th Annual Art Fair Off the Square, July 13th and 14th, located in downtown Madison between the Capitol and the Manona Terrace Convention Center. Showcasing the talents and creativity of the Wisconsin Alliance of Artists and Craftspeople, featuring beautiful ceramics, art glass, painting and drawings, photography, sculpture, jewelry, and so much more. Buy local and support your Wisconsin artists and craftspeople, July 13th and 14th. The Art Fair Off the Square. Put it on your calendar today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Dutch Boy Exterior Stain and Sealer provides one-coat protection and repels rain within 4 hours after application, saving you time and money. A gallon of semi-transparent stain is $31.99 plus 11% rebate. Finish your wood projects with Cabot Australian Timber Oil. It's perfect for deck, siding, and outdoor furniture while providing maximum penetration, durability, and water repellency. A gallon is $49.98 plus 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Fiona Rataj with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. Here are 3 things to know. Make sure you are registered to vote at your current address. You can check or register at myvote.wi.gov. If you do not have a Wisconsin driver's license or state ID, you can register to vote with your municipal clerk by completing the registration form on MyVote. Absentee ballots must be requested.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
Coming up this 4th of July on the CBS Evening News, wildfires forcing thousands of residents to evacuate from their homes in California, while millions are sizzling under intense temperatures with the heat wave across the country. All that and more tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And finally tonight at 5, a positive story. U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant Isaac Wysand and Marine Corps veteran Dalton Stone met while they were serving as canine handlers in Japan 5 years ago. They worked together for 2.5 years with German Shepherds Poker and Ada before saying goodbye to them in 2022. But 2 years later, Wysand and Stone were informed that Poker and Ada would be retiring, and they were given first rights to adopt them. Thanks to the American Humane Society, they were all able to reunite a week later in Texas. Enjoy retirement. Poker and Ada, well earned. That's a very nice story. Okay, it's a white knuckler for the fireworks.
It is. Everybody wants to know, well, are we going to get a storm in our neighborhood?
Yeah.
We're tracking these storms. We've got some scattered thunderstorms out there now, but what we're really keeping an eye on is a line of thunderstorms that we're expecting from 7, 8, 9 o'clock north and west of Madison that could be bringing gusty winds, hail, and frequent lightning. Then as we move a little bit further into the middle of the evening, there you see that, Susan and folks, that line of thunderstorms trying to hold together as it gets towards us 10, 11 o'clock and moving off towards the east at midnight. Areas from Madison and points south and east, you might be lucky to sneak in those fireworks this evening, but I would proceed with caution because we've got those scattered thunderstorms out there right now, and it doesn't take much to get lightning. Lightning can strike at 30 miles from the storm, so be very, very careful overnight tonight. If you do plan to have any festivities outside, even before this line of thunderstorm is expected to move into southern Wisconsin, if there's any thunder, when thunder roars, go indoors. Then, again, isolated severe this evening. Let's just kind of recap everything that I just mentioned here. The storm threat should end after midnight, but we do have more storm chances on Friday with the heat of the day. We're going to add more water to already soils that don't need any more water.
We've had a lot of rain.
It's incredible. This weather pattern is going to continue next week. We have on and off storm chances pretty much every day. Sunday night, we could be looking at an impactful event of scattered thunderstorms, and then again, scattered thunderstorms again Wednesday evening. Good news is, I've always tried to be optimistic if I can. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the thunderstorm threat, slight chances. We're going to warm up a little bit.
All right, very good. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
The CBS Evening News is coming up next. We'll be back here at 6 and hope you will too. Enjoy your evening.